What is up, everyone? Welcome back to another deadline stream. Game week 27. Bit of chaos, a little bit of chaos every single week. A couple of injuries here or there. Some of us might have a couple of injuries. I've got a couple of injuries we'll talk about. I've still got my transfers to make. I don't know what I'm doing. I might roll, I might make one transfer, and I might take a -4. I honestly don't know. Always good to come on a stream well prepared for what transfers I'm going to make. But here we are anyway. Good morning to you all. I hope you are all well. Hope you've all had a lovely Saturday morning. It always throws me off a lunchtime stream, because I think I can do stuff in the morning and think, oh, it's fine, and then 11:30 creeps around and the stream needs to start. But we are here. We are here anyway. Good morning to you all. I hope you are well. I was a bit late, and then my cousin, who's watching, I think, sent me a text telling me to hurry up. So here we are. Cool. Say hello in the chat. We'll do usual rounds of hellos, and then we'll get into the usual bits of the stream. So let me sort a couple of things out. Good morning, Zach, Bakuri, Vishal, Matthew, Safri, Terry, OTW, Immortal, Edwards, Abdullah, Cheekster, Mohammed, Tenzin, Circus, Sanderpan. Good morning to all the, good afternoon, hello to all the members in today as well. Thank you all very much for your support. Daniel, Essos, Gallio, Yash, Mercy, Angelo, Lord, Lolari. There was a name in there I was going to read, and then I was, you know, those names that people like ask questions with, and then they read it out, and then it's not the real, like, once when you say the whole name, it's, yeah, you nearly got me. The person who ends in, yeah, no. No, I'm not reading any of it. BL, Ryan, David, Mario, Denny, Mr. Was Up, Luca, Tomiso. Because of you, I'm top 10 in your paid leagues. That's what we like to hear. Jack, Miguel, Aaron. Hello. Igor, Wally, Steve, Ace. Hello. Before we get into it, if you haven't already, if you could just drop a like on the stream, that would be amazing. Andy tweeted earlier that whoever is starting Doughty is in trouble. Did he? Well, I'm starting Doughty. I don't have much choice. If we were to get news before the deadline, he then deleted his tweet. Well, if he deleted it, then maybe we get something again later. And if he deleted it, then I've got nothing to worry about. There's going to be lots of benching headaches this week. So in the hot topic bit, we're going to do a benching ranking. We're going to put that up during the stream. Should I bring in Solanke and Bowen or Son? I mean, Son, so we're going to talk about Son. Son is a really nice pick because he is going to be back up front. And if you remember what Son was like earlier on in the season when he was playing up front, he was pretty unstoppable. It was this run from like here to about here. I think he played up front or something like that. Somewhere in around here, he stopped playing up front. And he was really, really good in it. Son up front is a crazy good asset. Son and Senesi both went up in price last night. That's fine. I'm not buying Senesi even if I do make a defensive transfer. The Son one is slightly annoying, but I was so not, convinced by the transfers I wanted to make that I kind of let that one go. So just to briefly talk you through my 3 potential transfer options. So I could roll. My team this week looks fine if we're expecting Solanke to start. My team looks fine. So I could roll. I could do Hwang Hee-chan to Odegaard for free, who I still really like. Good fixtures coming up. All the way until I'd want to play my wild card. Things look really nice. Like Sheffield United away, Brentford at home, Luton at home, Brighton away, Villa at home. Like the fixtures are really good for him. I could make a single transfer of selling Trent to Zabarnyi, who is the Bournemouth defender I'd go with if I wanted to buy one this week. Or I could do both of those and get Zabarnyi, and that would leave me enough money to buy Son. So Son is a hit if I buy Son this week. So, you've got the classic FPL fan versus football fan. You want your team to win, but you also want your FPL assets to do well. Classic. I have it often. I always like Chelsea 3-0 win. Sorry, Chelsea 3-1 win, but a goal for the striker that's playing. A goal for Haaland when it is City. Change Foden to Son or change Hwang to Son for a -4 hit or roll and play Darwin. I mean, Liverpool are one of the 3 o'clock kickoffs today, so we should know if Darwin's going to play. We should get Liverpool team news before the deadline. There's not much else that's massively important. The only other one is Brighton. Like, if we know if Stupinan starts or not before the deadline, could be of use to people. I don't think he does. I don't know anything, but I'd be surprised if a Stupinan starts this game. But yeah, let's wait and see. No Solanke in my top 5 forwards. So I did my top 5 forwards. It's just because as much as I posted that he's apparently trained yesterday, I just don't know he starts. He would be in there if you think he starts. He's definitely up there. He's probably second after Haaland. But that's the reason he's not there. But I did it before. I did these on Thursday. Why don't I buy Senesi? So, those of you looking at a Bournemouth defender, and I spoke about this in my final decisions video earlier on in the week. Senesi has that 8 yellow cards. And I'm not planning on wildcarding until game week 34, 35. You get the reset of yellow cards after 32 games. Bournemouth have played 25. So they have to play 7 more games before that reset. So that's 27, the 2 and 28, 30, 31, 32, 33. He basically has to go the whole period without picking up 2 yellows, and he won't be suspended. And for me, that's not worth the risk. Nobody's mentioned Gordon's on 8 yellows too. Absolutely. Which is why buying Gordon new is more difficult to do than if you own him. Like, if you own Senesi already, you're not going to sell him. Like, I'm not going to sell Gordon. It's also easier for attackers to avoid yellows than defenders, because if Senesi gets in a difficult position, he's also making many more tackles. It's harder for a defender to avoid those yellows, whereas Gordon can just, decide high up the pitch maybe to not make and not kick the ball away and do things like that. So if you're dead ending into game week 29 and you're going to wildcard in 30 or 31, I would go Senesi. I think it's worth the risk. But if you're wildcarding late like me, it's not worth the risk, in my opinion. It's not worth the risk, in my opinion. So, why is everyone saying Son up front as part of the team? We don't know. Werner could be there. So, Son was up front at the beginning of the season and he did really well. There's also video clips. So, I posted about this on Twitter a few days ago. They posted a picture of them in training. And this, I kind of took it, oh, that's why I thought Richarlison was out a few days ago, and he turned out to be out. A little detective skills going on there. So I posted this, and the other thing in that video is a video of them doing attacking drills. And Werner and Kulusevski are both wide, and it is Son playing through the middle. There's a video of both Werner yeah. So I think it'll be Son through the middle. Would I start Nori or Doughty? I mean, Doughty's not great, but he does have attacking threat, and Villa are the third worst for expected goals conceded from set pieces so far this season. So I don't really have a choice. I would start Doughty. I don't think it's the worst. They're at home. Like, he could get something. He hasn't had an attacking return in a while. I've owned him for 4 weeks. Oh, no. I've owned him for 3 games, and he's got me a total of 2 points across the 3 games that I've owned him for. Maybe that will change, but I don't hate playing him this week. Bench 1, Virgil, Ake, Doggy. I'd probably go... Virgil definitely starts. Udogi or Ake. I probably would bench Udogi. I think City win that game comfortably. Hence my captain. Change Foden to Son or change Hwang to Son for a -4 hit. If you change Hwang to Son, does it give you a benching headache? I mean, I probably would do Hwang to Son. I don't think I'll sell Foden this week. The only thing about Foden, in a game like this, De Bruyne is... If you own De Bruyne, I'm fully certain De Bruyne's going to start tomorrow. So, if De Bruyne starts tomorrow, it does mean Foden might be wide, which isn't ideal for him, right? It's never... Foden is always better central. So, I'm not benching him, because I think they'll score, 3 against United, but... Yeah. Are there any mods in the chat? Because there's people just with lots of fake news. Someone's just said Trippier injured. He's not. He's literally posted a match day today. Players only do that when they're fine. I need more mods. Will Free hit in 29. KDB to Son or Porro to White? Probably not White. I'd go Saliba or Gabriel, but I probably wouldn't sell De Bruyne to Son this week. Good to go for Maddison. Listen, Maddison is a very solid option. Who to bench from Trippier, Ake, Taylor, and Estupiñán? I mean, probably Taylor. Probably Taylor. I mean, I'm not expecting Estupiñán to start. I'm not expecting Estupiñán to start. I'd start Dubravka over Areola. I think that's the number one question I've had this week. Would I start Dubravka or would I start Areola? Play Estupiñán or Darwin? Definitely Darwin. Yeah. Should I sell Hwang Hee-chan for Palmer? Yes, I really like Palmer. People not with Palmer kind of forget how good he's been. Also, Brentford don't have any, in theory, of their first choice back four. It's an interesting stat that they put out like that, and it's everywhere. But they have signed Reguilon as a replacement left back. So, yes, they don't have their first choice in game week 1, but Reguilon is there. So I don't quite believe it. But in theory, from the start of the season, all of their back four are injured. Plus, look at the fixtures. Brentford away, good. Newcastle home, good. Burnley at home, good. Do you have a problem with starting Palmer in any of these games? Any of the games left this season, do you have an issue with Palmer? Villa away is the hardest fixture that Chelsea have left in 35. And you still wouldn't worry about playing him. People asking, will I make a transfer? I honestly don't know. I need to have a look at my team in a moment, but we'll go through some questions first. They have Arsenal away. They have Arsenal away to be confirmed, and it will be part of a double. That Arsenal away game will be part of a double game week. So you're not going to bench him then either. Palmer is Palmer. If you're free hitting 29, Palmer is a hold for the rest of the season. 100% season keeper. I agree. I posted about this on Twitter and it got mixed reviews. And after the cup final, it probably changes. But Palmer's got to be up there with one of the best signings of the season. Not from an FPL point of view. I mean, from a FPL point of view, he's got to be up there one of probably the best value player in the game we've had this year. How do I get to game week 34 without chips if you free hit 29? Free hit 29 is fine, and then you just use your transfers. So I mentioned this yesterday, and it's worth bearing in mind. These are the predicted fixtures. There is lots of talk at the moment about game week 34. It's possible that we get to game week 34 and it's not a double at all. It could just be a single across the board, because you'll notice the 4 teams predicted to double in game week 34. Crystal Palace, Man United, Newcastle, Sheffield United. They all play each other, right? Sheffield United, Man United, Newcastle, Crystal Palace. 2 fixtures. You'll also notice none of those 4 teams are predicted to double in 37. So those 2 games could just go into 37. It is possible that 34 is just not a double at all. And all the games are the same. But what happens is they put the games that had to be moved from game week 34 because of the cup just into the midweek, and that's the only change they make. They could end up just doing that. So it is worth bearing in mind that 34 could be a double. It could also not, and it could just be a single for everyone and just a normal game week. Any update on Villa defenders? No. If we get anything going into the deadline, I will let you know. There are 6 games at 3 o'clock. Villa are at 5:30, so I'd be very surprised if we get early Villa team news, but it's not impossible. It's not impossible. I should probably change my goalkeeper list, because Kelleher at 3.7 is probably one of the top goalkeepers to buy now. If we find out Darwin starts, would I bench boost? Neto, Zabanyi, Doughty, Darwin. I probably wouldn't. I'm not sure I'd bench boost double Bournemouth defence away at Burnley. Burnley know, this is a game they have to take chances in. If they go a game like this, where I know it's easier said than done. But if they go a game like this, where they feel like they have to win it, and they don't even score a goal, yeah. 2,800 of you in and watching, and only 300 likes on the stream. If you could drop a like, that'd be great. And if you are new, if you could subscribe, I apologise, but we are 2,300 subscribers from 100k. So if any of you want to help me get there, That would be fantastic. Would be fantastic. Hoping to get it at some point. Bench 1, Bowen. I missed your super chat. Did I? I did. Porro to Doughty and Hwang to Son for a hit. If you need to start them both this week, then yeah. I mean, I presume you need the money from Porro to Doughty to do it, so yes, I don't mind it. And Football TV, Foden, Hwang Hee-chan, Estupiñán to KDB, Adingra, Van Dijk. I wouldn't buy Adingra. Hang on, I wouldn't do those. I wouldn't sell Foden to De Bruyne. Definitely not. Definitely wouldn't sell Foden to De Bruyne for a hit. No chance. Definitely not. Burnley already relegated. True. So then what do they have to lose? Nothing. Emerson or Doughty to game week 30. I mean, it just depends if you need them in 29. If you need them in 29, then go Emerson. I know in theory you have the same number of fixtures, but it won't feel like that when you put out one less player in 29. Ray, thank you for joining. Top tier. Drop me a message on Instagram or Twitter and I'll get you added to all the relevant places for you. Your current rating on Foden or Bowen. If I was buying now, I'd buy Bowen, but I wouldn't sell Foden to Bowen this week. Buy Odegaard or Maddison. I'd probably buy Odegaard. I like Odegaard. Start Bailey or Palmer. I'd start Palmer. Just on pens. I wouldn't want to be benching Palmer. I wouldn't want to be benching Palmer this week. Did I post this stream? No. Give me 2 seconds. What am I doing? One moment. And then let me post it again on Instagram. Why did I not post it? Sell Salah for De Bruyne or Saka. Saka. I mean, the thing is with selling Salah this week is he might be back. He'll definitely be back after the international break. I personally am not sure I'm not sure he should start against Liverpool, but it's such a big game that maybe they will. But I fully think the quotes from Klopp are just trying to not give City an advantage. I might be wrong, but I fully think he's not going to be available for the game at the weekend, and he just doesn't want Liverpool to know that yet. He doesn't want City to know that yet. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm guessing, but... Well, I am guessing. KDB to Son / Porro. KDB to Son, Porro to Saliba, Maguire to Senesi, or roll. I mean, I like those moves. I'm not sure I do De Bruyne to Son for a hit, which effectively is what that is. So, no. Start 8 Nori or Moreno. I'd probably play Moreno. I just think that they, like going up against that Newcastle, like attack at home is not something I'd want to do. I know Nori got that attack and return last game, but yeah. Bench 8 Nori or Mikalenko. Probably bench 8 Nori. Hwang Hee-chan and Estupiñán to Son and Senesi. Yes, again. So I mentioned earlier in the stream about the Bournemouth defenders. If you're buying Senesi this week, only do it if you're dead ending into 29. If you're going to wildcard 34, 35, the yellow cards, is too much of a risk. He's had 4 yellow cards in the last 5 all competition games. I think something crazy like that. So I personally wouldn't. I wouldn't risk it. Watch him score this weekend or in the double, but I'm not sure I'd do it. But if you're dead ending into 29, like the chances of him getting through to like yellow card, yellow card, yellow card, and a yellow card in the cup. So Gordon to Son. I like selling Gordon at home. It's not something I massively would like to do. I don't like the thought of benching Gordon this week. But he's not good next week. The thing is with Gordon, if I'm wildcarding 35, the fixtures here are really nice. Like, I'd love to keep him for West Ham at home, Everton at home, like Fulham away, Spurs at home. I think they suit him really well. He's very good at home, and I'll bench him in 28 away at Chelsea. And then so that means I play him in like 4 out of 5 home games. So I'm not sold on selling him. I wouldn't buy him new because of the yellow cards, but I just got to hope he doesn't get booked in that time. Would I sell Foden to Son? I mean, I could do that. Let me get my team up. So I could this week do Foden to Son. But Foden's had such a good record against United. I could do that. You need a 4.7 mil or below. I mean, Zarbagni, unless you need them for 29, but I wouldn't buy Bradley. Trent should be back after the break. Gordon's returned every home game bar 1. Exactly. 28. Doughty. I'll do Trent to a Bournemouth defender. Doubles. Doubles all across the back line is nice. Double, 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 double. Nice, nice, nice. Not nice. Fine. Fine. But I might be forced into a hit to sell. But if Hwang... I mean, he's not going to be available. Is he done his hamstring, right? I would then sell him for someone. I mean, it would... I'd love Odegaard, but the issue with going Odegaard is finding a route back to Salah. And that's why I kind of wonder about just keeping one of these mids. Finding a route back to Salah is so important in game week 30. Callum, no free hit 29, wildcard 31. Bring in Saka or Son. Well, if you're not free hitting 29, then you buy Son. Like, you just have to look at 29. You have to, if you're free hitting 29, apart from Solanke, if you're not free hitting 29, apart from Solanke, you just have to use all your transfers for players that week. Ben says just roll. Ben, I really appreciate your comments on my video, and I'm not even joking, because I feel like you have such a mind of common sense, like of just sense, that when I'm panicking, you just tell me, Harry, stop being ridiculous. So I do appreciate it, actually. But the only thing is, like, if I roll, it'll be I'll take a hit next week anyway. Like, it's the same. So in 28, if I roll, I have 2 free transfers, but I'll have an injured Hwang, I'll have Foden away at Liverpool, and I'll have Gordon away at Chelsea. So, and I'll have Trent as well. So Trent will have to go. I mean, I could just keep Foden for 1 week next week. Or I could do Foden to... I mean, someone mentioned... Odegaard, Son for -4. Kudos for Hwang for another -4. I'd go Son over Odegaard if you can afford it for the same transfer. And I'm not sure I'd buy Kudus. I don't know anything on Zinchenko. I'm free hitting 29, yes. Would I do -8 and get 3 Luton players next week? and play 8 players in Game Week 29 on -4. I don't know what the rest of them look like. If you're happy with the 8 and it covers like a lot of Spurs attackers, then I'd do that option. If it's a weak 8, then I wouldn't. So I mean, I could do Tavernier and then sell Hwang to... I mean, it might be Odegaard. If I don't go Son this week, it would probably be Odegaard next week. But it's still a hit. And then in 30... Oh, I'd probably... Like, 30, I'd want to do, like, Tavernier to Salah, and I still can't afford it. So, I don't know. I still don't know. Someone just said, I'd have an injured Hwang. Currently doing Hwang to Son. Is it worth -4 to replace Estupinan? I mean, probably, but I don't know who you're playing instead of him. We might get Brighton news. I doubt it. Brighton's not really a team we get early team news from, but it's possible. It's possible. What do I think about Tavernier? Tavernier is fine. He's not played loads of minutes. Well, he has played good minutes, but some of them, like, just like this 45 minutes against Forest, like this 67 against City, this 68 against Fulham, does put me off a little bit. But the thing I mentioned this when talking about, I think, Solanke. If Bournemouth win their next 3 games of Burnley away, Sheffield United at home, Luton at home, they'll go into the international break on 37 points, which basically guarantees safety. Now, no one's thinking that Bournemouth are going to go down, but every club has in their mind to get to that 30 points, to get to that 40 points mark. Senesi has 8 yellows, but his attacking threat is worth it. It's worth it if you're wildcarding in 29, sorry, if you're wildcarding in 30 or 31. It's not worth it if you're wildcarding later, in my opinion. AI is saying KDB to Son. Listen, I think Son is a better pick than De Bruyne this week, but is it worth a transfer? I'm not certain. Hi, Harry. Would I start Solanke or Gordon? It's so close. I'd probably start Solanke, but I'm not 100%. Yeah, I probably would start Solanke. How long is Alisson out for? A while, apparently. We're people are guessing it like game week 34, 35. So Kelleher should be good until the next. Hang on. That's interesting. But Salah's gonna... Someone just mentioning Kelleher. That's how I could get Salah in. But I don't have much money to do it. And he's predicted to rise tonight. Fantastic. And it's about a transfer about 4 weeks down the line. How is Salah doing? Salah's probably going to drop, right? Who are the other ones? Odegaard, Sabani, Foden. Do I lose value if Hwang drops? List. No. Okay. then maybe I roll. Because. Right, let's go through this very quickly. If I roll, I'm sure you'll love putting up, listening to me do my transfers, but I do need to go through it. Zach, sorry. Who would I bench out of Walker, Branthwaite, Gabriel, Doty, or any Trent replacement? I mean, I do Trent to a Bournemouth defender and just bench them. I'd probably bench Branthwaite against West Ham. Richarlison out, Gross, Gordon, Bowen in. I wouldn't buy Gordon now because of his yellows. And Bowen, I probably wouldn't buy Gross. So I'd probably buy Bowen, but he plays in 29, so it depends how useful that is to you. Would I start Solanke or Bowen? Probably Solanke. Palace defender for Estupinan. Yeah, my dad brought in Mitchell this week. He knows what he's doing. Well, off some good advice. Am I still planning Hwang to Son? So I'm going to just go through my potential transfers. So if I roll, and next week I do Foden out to Odegaard, Hwang out to Tavernier, and Trent out to Zabarnyi. People are going to be like, why Tavernier? And I probably agree, but bench double Newcastle, bench Taylor, bench Areola. This is a website called FPL.team. It's interesting to see how I work it out. Yeah, I mean, I do just sit on these websites and just plan it. But will Udogi start? I mean, we're not sure. They are an early kickoff, so we might get it. Captaining Haaland, right? Yes. 29, free hit. 30. I'd have the joy of benching Gordon in for Odegaard. Then I mean, it is a hit, but I could do Tavernier to Salah. And Kaminsky, who's then not much use to me. Is Kaminsky going to rise? Could I get a rise out of Kaminsky? Because he's actually such a useful keeper for people. Oh, I don't think I bought... I think I bought him. He hasn't risen since I bought him. He's not going to double rise, is he? Fine. And Kaminsky to Kelleher. It does look all right. That looks all right. Any news on De Bruyne? We don't know anything. I'd be very surprised if De Bruyne doesn't start. I'd be very surprised. Saliba or Odegaard? Already have Saka, Gabriel. I like Odegaard, and I think I might buy him. But then I may as well buy him this week. No, it don't look right. Aston Villa defender, probably Konza. But we don't know he's going to start today. Will Darwin play? We don't know that yet. My thoughts on Isaac. If he can stay fit, he's a pretty good option. If he can stay fit. The other thing, if you're looking... Because like from 31 to 30... Like the fixtures for Villa are not amazing. You could end up selling Watkins to Isaac. That would free up a bit of money. Why do you -4 on game week 30 and you'll activate wildcard? I'm not wildcarding 31. I'm not wildcarding 31. I'll delay the wildcard. Then 32 comes around. I'll have double Arsenal at home to Luton. I could bench Watkins away at City, United, Sheffield United. Things look pretty nice. Palace, Everton. I mean, my defence looks sick. It's just having to play one of these defenders in 30. But is what it is. Best Garnacho replacement on small budget. I mean, Tavernier is probably up there. Burnley away this week and then a double. It's got to be taken into account. Gordon start. Yes. Any Maguire news? I think Ten Hag said he's expecting the same squad. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't want to play Maguire anyway. It's away at City. I think he's got more chance of getting sent off than keeping a clean sheet. So, I need Son in my team. Son up front is just a different beast though, isn't he? It's the only downfall is Son up front. This looks good, apart from, you know, not having Son. But the Arsenal fixtures are banging. It does work though. Start 3 of Doughty, Bradley, Estupiñán, Taylor. I mean, I'd probably bench Estupiñán because I just don't think he's going to start. It's him or Taylor. Because do you expect more than the 1 pointer from Taylor anyway? Probably not. So maybe you take the chance in Estupiñán, but I still don't think he's going to start. Still don't think he's going to start. Son this week is great. Son up front is great. And the thing is, I keep saying to myself, oh, but he might not be up front in Game Week 30 when Richarlison comes back. But the only thing about that is if he scores 4 goals in the next 3 games, Richarlison won't go back up front and they will stick with Son there. So, start Solanke or Gross. I'd probably play Solanke. Think about selling Watkins to make place for Son. I do really like both Odegaard and Son. But I can't own one of them for next 2 weeks and I can't own the other one longer. This week could set the ball rolling for some momentum rise. It's definitely true. Who would I start Son for this week if I had already bought him? This is it. This is part of the reason I don't love the transfer is I've got to bench someone. If you get Odegaard this week for free, do it. But then who do I bench? Like, that is so hard. Like, am I benching Gordon at home to Wolves? Feels so wrong. Feels so wrong. Z1, thank you for joining. Remember, drop me a message on Instagram or Twitter and I'll get you added to all the things you need to be. Bench Foden. Make of mug. So I got this mug for Christmas because I always have a cup of tea during my streams and it always goes cold. But this mug keeps my cup of tea warm. It is incredible. It is crazy expensive, but, well, it's like, I think it was like Black Friday, like 60 quid, 70 quid, which is a lot, but it keeps my cup of tea warm and I use it. Yeah, Ember mug, correct. Why is it not on? It's not working. I think it's our battery. Is Udogie fit to start? We don't know. We don't know anything on Udogie as of yet. $600. Imagine. Best Estupiñán replacement. I mean, it depends what your chip strategy is, and that's the same for a lot of things here. Is if you're free hitting 29, if you're free hitting 29, then I'd buy a Bournemouth defender. If you're not, then you might, like, Alfie Doughty is maybe better because he has the extra fixture. So you've got to look at your chip strategy. I don't know what to do with Solanke. So, as I posted about on Twitter, apparently he trained yesterday, but we don't. He's got to come through training again today for him to be okay. I'm starting him, and I wouldn't have. I would have. Yeah, I'm starting him. Just like I don't. If I just buy another mid and I bench someone here, it's gonna haunt me. Why not buy De Bruyne? Because De Bruyne United away, Liverpool at home, then I'll not want him is probably not the route. I'd have to sell De Bruyne to get Salah anyway. Triple captain Haaland. I wouldn't. If you've still got your triple captain, I know in all my chip strategy videos, I don't mention the triple captain because I know so many of you have played it. But if you still have your triple captain left, I'd play it next week on Solanke for sure. Don't fall for FOMO, Harry. So, someone put this on one of my videos. They said, Harry buying the template pick again in Son. And although I agreed, I was like, yeah, he is the template pick. But just like Son playing up front is so hard to... It's so hard to look past Son playing up front. Like, he was so good earlier on in the season. But then I'm like, oh, Harry, don't do it. Like, they have like the obvious picks haven't worked out recently. Do something different. But then I'm like, well, what am I doing something different just because previous ones haven't worked? So, yeah. When I start Doughty, I'll take a hit for Solanke. I mean, you'll probably want Solanke next week anyway, right? So yeah, busy day today. After this, not massively, but a lot of injury news, a lot of decisions to be made. You feel Haaland's going to put... If you want to triple captain Haaland, do it, but I wouldn't triple captain Haaland. I'd wait. Play Pau or Doughty or Aït-Nouri. I'd probably play Doughty at home. Bench one of Aït-Nouri, Estupiñán, Solanke. Probably Estupiñán because I just don't think he's going to start. If you think Estupiñán starts, then I'd go Aït-Nouri on the bench. Yeah. I added a new element to my stream. I have a new button. I think it's really useful and you're going to find really good value in it. I don't know when I'd ever need it, but it's a full camera. Oh, the like buttons don't even work. How do I go back? There we go. There we go. I don't know when I need it, but... That's quality. I appreciate it. It was a difficult one. Who will take Bournemouth pens if Solanke doesn't play? I have absolutely no idea. Probably whoever plays up front instead of him. That's all you want. You want me to just stream the whole stream like this? Just constantly like this. Does Robertson play? We don't know. Apparently he was ill. And now, if right. So I also, someone sent me a photo of them watching one of my videos on TV. So I am now going to be on someone's TV, just massive, which is really, really disconcerting. But yeah. Switch back to the multi-screen, go back. Douglas Luiz or Neto to start? Douglas Luiz. Douglas Luiz. Start Kelleher or Dubravka. If you're starting Trippier, then I'd go Kelleher. Hopefully he makes as many saves as he did in the cup final. Bench Solanke or Palmer. I can't bench Palmer. Palmer just is nowhere near the benching for me. Start Reguilon or Gusto. That's tough. I'd probably start Gusto over Reguilon. Solanke or Darwin. I'd wait. I'd just wait for Liverpool news. And if Darwin starts, then probably Darwin. But if we don't get any news on either, then probably Solanke. We don't know on Liverpool news yet. We should. I mean, I'd hope we get some Liverpool news before the deadline. We normally do. But if they're the earliest game. But and no offense to Forest, but it's also not a game where I feel like they'd actively try and hide it. Someone's just tweeted a picture of me massive on their telly. At least it wasn't like the full screen version of me. That would be a bit... Am I free hitting 29? Yes, definitely. I'm pretty certain I am. Oh, thanks. Is it a good one?
Well, everything's gone to the bottom.
Oh.
But it tastes good.
Thanks. Holly's been baking this morning. She's very kindly brought me a piece of cake.
Banana bread.
Banana bread. It's got chocolate in.
Yeah, chocolate chips.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Who's your favourite German player, FPL player of all time? I'm trying to think. Probably when Rudiger was like 4.5 million, because I'm a Chelsea fan as well, so I didn't like that. Harry is bare chuffed. Correct. You want to do a taste test? Ake, Richie, Porro to Son, Doughty, Zabani for a hit. Full screen the cake. You see, this is why I brought in the full screen mode for moments like this. But I don't want to eat on full screen mode. How do I go back? Can we have a Harry Daniels day in the live video? Oh, it's warm. Oh. Yeah. It's just the cake button. It's very good. And it's warm. Oh, ideal. Ideal. Anyway. I was never going to say it's bad. True. But it is very good. Rolling and a piece of cake is elite content for sure. For sure. Anyway. No, we just got these like cake forks we were given them when we moved in. We've had them a while. It says crumpet on it. For anyone not in the UK might not know what a crumpet is, but stop talking about cake. Sorry. Some people love the cake, some people don't. Anyway, what are my plans, Harry? So, I don't know yet. If the deadline was now, I'd roll because I'm indecisive about whether I should buy Son, and if I buy Son, who do I bench? Like, is Son worth a hit? Maybe. Like, I'm not sure he is. So, why not Smith from Bournemouth? Because we don't know how long Aarons is out for. Oh, wow. I mean, he has been pretty nailed while Aaron's is out, but I feel like the update we got on Aaron's was that he's just sort of out for a little bit. Sorry, I missed your super chat while I was doing. The deadline is still in an hour. Well, I think. Yeah, 1:30. Estupinan and Hwang to Zibanejad and Madison, or Foden and Hwang to Son and Douglas Luiz. I'd sell Estupinan. Should I be getting rid of Estupinan? I'm just not sure he starts today, but we don't know that. You went Kirkes because he was nailed start of the season. So the thing is with Kirkes, you should get... Kelly is likely to be out until the international break. So you'll get at least this. He might be an issue though. Here, like Kelly might start one of these. He might be back. That's the concern. Yeah, Senesi has 8 yellows. People have been saying he has 9, but he doesn't have 9. He got his 9th in the cup, which doesn't count. So he only has 8 in the Prem. So it's 2 more. He has 2 more. Right, we are going to put it in subscriber only mode. You literally have to subscribe for any duration of time to use the chat. Bench 1, Palmer or Gordon or Solanke. Horrible, but I'd have to say Gordon. The only one in that list who's not on penalties. But Gordon's home record is really good. Over 2,000 people watching who haven't liked the stream. Help Harry out. True. Bench Doughty or Alex Moreno? I'd probably bench Doughty. Jen, how are we? Welcome back. Hope you are all good. Hope you're having a good start to your day. Do I still think I should get Solanke in for Alvarez? Probably. No Liverpool. I mean, who is that from Liverpool? I mean, I could do with the defender this week, but yeah. I hope Forest score at home. Forest's record of scoring at home is pretty good. So, any updates on Solanke? I've got nothing more. Price drops on Trent and Hwang. The Hwang one doesn't impact me. Helmy gifted 1 membership. Who got it? Lorenzo. Lorenzo, if you're in the chat, congratulations on winning a membership. Please say thank you to Helmy. Bowen for Hwang. Bowen is a great pick if you're free hitting 29. If you're not free hitting 29. If you are free hitting, he loses a little bit of value. We don't know on Udogi. Dubravka or Aliola. I'd play Dubravka. Who to bench? Alf Palmer and Foden. Foden. Don't have enough money to get Son in one move, but I take a minus hit to go Son this week or play Gordon. If you can do like a Stupinan to a Bournemouth defender and then get Son, I do quite like that. People tweeting me pictures of me eating the cake on stream is pure gold.
Do you like it?
Yeah, it's nice. It's nice. How close is the Saka and Haaland captaincy this game week? Very close, to be honest. I feel like it's very close. Do I lose value on Trent? I actually don't. So neither of the Trent and Hwang price falls actually impact my selling. Who's that? That's Holly. Solanke will play. I mean... Age, Paul thinks that you'll beat Liverpool today. She wants me to tell you.
That's so nice.
She's very, very grateful for the positive words, Paul.
Yeah, we definitely need them.
Garnacho or Bruno to start. I mean, if you own both, I'd go Bruno. I'd go Bruno if I own both, but I definitely wouldn't buy Bruno. Lassie, sorry. Bench Bailey or Neto. Probably Neto. I just worry about that Wolves attack a little bit. Like, what's it going to be? Holly Shand FPL. No, every stream I get this. Every stream. No, not Holly Shand. Why are people moving City assets other than Haaland? Just because you look at a fixture at home to Palace for Son, you look at Saka away at Sheffield United, and to get the money for a lot of those, like a De Bruyne or a Foden is an easy way to do it. I'm not sure I really want to do it, but gander that. That's a really nice one. So I really like Muniz. Really pass the eye test. If you're free hitting in 29 and you need a cheap forward, Muniz has got to be up there. I put him in my list of forwards to buy as number 5. Goal against Burnley, 2 goals against Bournemouth, goal against Villa, looked really good against United, Brighton at home, Wolves away, Spurs at home, Sheffield United away, Forest away, Newcastle at home, West Ham away. The fixtures are good. And I'm not sure Broja gets in the team now. I'm not sure he gets in the team over this guy. Do I do Foden to Son? You then have to start Moreno or Alvarez to Solanke. I'm not sure I'd sell Foden to Son. I'm not sure I'd do the Foden to Son move, so I'd probably do the Alvarez move. Any news on Villa defence on Konza? No, nothing as of yet. Nothing as of yet. Let me check. We've got less than an hour to go to the deadline. So we could start hearing creeping team news. We could. Palmer or Gross to start? Palmer. Don't bench Palmer. Gordon or Bowen? That's really close. Probably Gordon. Son's not had a shot yet, but he's going to be up front. It's going to be very different, I think. But the thing is, you're waiting for him to show he's in form, but that could be too late. Because he's going to be up front. Palace at home, Villa away. And then Fulham away. I don't know if you remember, we spoke about Son. Where was the Villa game? This Villa game, we spoke about Son and this Villa high line. I think content spoke about him for like a week straight. That Son going in that Spurs high line is going to have a field day. And then he blanked. And Villa won. Captain, you feel like Saka versus Haaland. If you like Saka, absolutely go for it. I do think they'll beat Sheffield United away from home comfortably. I just can't own Son, and if I go Son, right. I need to talk through this again to you all. We are 50 likes away from 1,000 as well. Thank you all. If I do the Son move, right, if I do Hangy Chan to Son, and then do Trent to Zabarnyi. Let's say next week, I don't know. Foden. Let's say I do the Foden to Tavernier move next week. Let's just say that's what I do. And then I free hit that one. And then in 30. How do I get Salah? Oh, sorry. Like, how do I get Salah? I'm 1.8. I mean, I could sell Trippier. Trippier would have to go. But selling Trippier before West Ham at home, Everton at home, Fulham away, Spurs at home, Palace away, and is Ethereum predicted a double in 34, like, I'm just not going to do that. If they get a predicted double in 34 and this is their run, like, I'm just not going to sell Trippier. Like, that is not the way I'm going to do it. Like, it would be selling Watkins to a 6.6 million forward to like a Muniz. Like, that doesn't feel right. That doesn't feel right either. So I'm just not sure Son fits. I think Son just gives me too much pain further down the line. So then it's Odegaard or nothing, right? Is it confirmed that Elise is back? No. Eze, yes, but Elise, no. Palmer or Foden bench? Please don't bench Palmer. I'd definitely bench Foden over him. Philip, did I? Would I get Maddison instead of Son to have enough money to get Foden up to Salah when he's fit? I mean, I don't hate it. Like, we've got to be thinking about Salah. Maybe I go Odegaard. But who do I bench if I go Odegaard? Estupiñán to Saliba or Hwang Hee-chan to Odegaard? Hwang Hee-chan to Odegaard. This team needs more Luton players. Get the third. You're not wrong. You wait till next week. I got big plans. This is it. Don't be fooled by Newcastle. It's true. But if we get to game week, like, let's say the predicted double for Newcastle in 34 goes in, and they go West Ham at home, Everton at home, Fulham away, Spurs at home, double, I'm not selling him. I'm just not selling him. I mean, the reason I think Son is up front is there was a training video that had Son playing up front in it. You had Son playing up front in it. Play one of Estupiñán, Senesi or Moreno, Chase says. Probably Moreno. So that's why we think Son is going to be up front. And it's what happened before. And he did a very good job at it. He did a very good job at it. But if I plan on buying Odegaard next week, I really want Odegaard for Sheffield United away. Is Son better without Richarlison? Yes, because he'll play up front. This cake is really good. I hate eating on stream, but the cake's good enough to eat on stream. Sometimes these buttons... There we go. We got there in the end. A bit late, but... You can see what it's like to having a green screen behind me. People always ask if I have like a green wall. Well, people don't always ask. People ask occasionally. But I don't. I have just this thing that goes in the back of my chair. Revealing all the secrets. Any news on Solanke? Nothing more than we had yesterday. Luis Diaz for Richarlison thoughts. He's not a bad differential, but I mean, there are others that I prefer. Any news on Nunes? Nothing yet. The thing is, before that, He had such a poor run of returns, and he didn't actually get that much expected. Well, 5 goals, 7 assists, 12 returns, a return every other game. But just I feel like Arsenal are cooking at the moment. Sheffield United away, Brentford at home, bench him in 30, Luton at home, Brighton away. If it doesn't work, I can always free up the money in 30 by doing Odegaard to Richarlison. Is Holly my girlfriend? Yes. Start Doughty or Turner. Doughty? Turner's a goalkeeper, no? Even with all the Arsenal cooking, I mean, he got a goal and assist against Burnley. He got 2 assists against West Ham. Okay, he didn't get anything against Newcastle. 5-0 win against Palace and he didn't do anything. Son up front is just... But it saves a hit. But I'm going to take the hit next week anyway. Havertz better. Is Havertz nailed? Well, I don't like these early subs. I know he got his returns in the past too, but I don't like those over early subs. I'd rather go Odegaard. Do I plan on going Odegaard further down the line? It's possible. Get Richarlison or Hwang out or both for a hit. I mean, it depends who you're bringing in. I probably wouldn't do both for a hit. I probably would sell Hwang first if you can afford the same two. But you might need the money difference. What's the verdict on Solanke? The verdict is I'm going to start him. Trippier to Shah to pay for Son. If I was going to do a transfer to pay for Son, it would be Trent to a Bournemouth defender. I can't afford Hwang straight to Son. It would have to be a hit. It would have to be a hit of Trent to a Bournemouth defender. But Son up front. Maybe it's worth it. Maybe it's just worth this headache in 30. Of being short. And having to sell someone. Maybe it's just worth it. You like the top 5 graphics you did? Yeah, what, in the video? Or the ones up there? Both. Would I use the triple captain, Haaland, Sweek or Solanke next? If you've got a triple captain, it's definitely next. I'm so short of it though. If I could afford Hwang to Son without a hit, would I do it? Yes. Yeah, I would. But it's a hit next week anyway. So that's why I'm like, I may as well just do it. Welcome to mid-tier, Isaac. Thank you very much for joining. If only start who would I prefer? Doughty, Branthwaite or Ake? Doughty, Branthwaite or Ake? Doughty, Branthwaite or Ake? I'd probably put Ake first. Then Doughty, then Branthwaite. Sell Livra, Estupinan or Walker. I'd sell Estupinan first, probably. Zayed, man, thank you very much for the super chat. I appreciate it. I hope your team does well. Yeah, every week. Thank you very much. Have a great weekend, man. Thank you. You'll sell Foden to Son. I mean, I could do that. Is Gordon a better pick than Foden this week? Is Solanke starting? We don't know. Like, I don't have confirmation on Solanke starting or not. I don't have any confirmation on it. Apparently he trained yesterday, but I don't know about today. So, I don't know. I'm starting him, so make of that. Solanke or Palmer? I mean, I would play Palmer because that Brentford defence is... Yeah. KDB to Son for a hit. I would not do that. Any news on Darwin? No. We best wait till close to the deadline for that. Play Bradley or Gusto. I'd definitely play Bradley. Bradley might be right wing. If you've got Bradley today, please start him. Play Foden or Gross. I'll probably play Gross. What does Scout say for predicted points this week? So, Saka, Son, De Bruyne, Odegaard is right up there. Son is predicted, like, but if you were to take, still predicted crazy points over the next few games. It's actually pretty close between Odegaard and Son for predicted points, but like this week, start Pau Torres, Reguilon or Doughty. Probably Doughty. It's just the stats of how many chances that Villa have conceded from set pieces mean I'm just not, like, I don't mind benching him at all this week. I don't mind starting him at all this week. 27. Right, let's have a look. Of those, max price of what, like 9 million. So Odegaard is top this week, excluding Son. Darwin, if he starts, is right up there. Maddison, Louise. So Palmer is better than Foden. Foden is in theory better than Watkins. Gordon is down here. Still quite high at 4.15. There's a lot of good fixtures this week. Where does this have? I bet this has got. It's got Solanke further down. Who else have I got? That's everyone, right? That's all of my midfield. Oh, Sacco's not in it. In theory, I should bench Gordon or Solanke, which I don't love, but Trippier or Walker. I mean, I'd probably play Trippier, but I have bias towards Trippier because I still own him. I just think if you still got Trippier, you start him. Just that team without... Let me put a poll in the chat. Just that Wolves team, just look a little bit weak going forward. Start a poll. Are you buying Son this week? Let me do it on Twitter as well. I want to see what people are saying. Let me do it on Twitter as well. Let's see what people say in the chat. What are you saying? 65% are saying yes. Wow. That is high. That is high. Who's my captain? Haaland. Haaland. To start, Solanke or De Bruyne. Poor. Probably Solanke. That's really close. Probably Solanke. Everyone's doing Son. Everyone's doing Hwang to Son. Everyone's doing it. Someone's just put, people are underestimating the new Palace manager. I don't know much about the new Palace manager. Solanke, I mean, apparently Solanke trained yesterday. That's all we know. So he is a doubt. He's a bigger doubt than anyone else, but I think he'll play. Like, if Bournemouth win the next 3 games of Burnley, Luton, Sheffield United, they're on 37 points and they're basically safe. He's managed this injury since the end of December. So, like, he can just manage it again. It's not ideal, but they didn't need him in the cup. Yes, they got knocked out, but that's much less important to them. If I don't know to buy Son, just roll the transfer. Think about Salah later. Start Doughty, Senesi or Gusto. I'd probably play Gusto. Start Gordon or Douglas Luiz. I start Gordon and Watkins, Solanke, De Bruyne. I'd probably bench De Bruyne. I mean, I think he's going to start, but that's a horrible one. Thank you, Hanny. Good luck to you too. Garnacho to Son or roll. I'd play Solanke, bench Luiz. I would probably do Garnacho to Son. If you can for free. If you can for free. What's people saying? Yeah, 65% of people, same as in the chat, are buying Son this week. How long till I hit 100k? I don't know. How many am I on? We're 200 away from 98k. Thank you all. Palmer or Gordon? Palmer. Just joined. Am I making any changes? I still haven't decided. I've got 33 minutes to decide what I'm doing with it. Dubravka or Areola, I'd go Dubravka. If I buy Son, who would I bench? Palmer or Gordon? Gordon. If I buy a midfielder this week, I'm going to bench Gordon. Because I also have Trippier. And Newcastle do stink at times. No worries, Jen. Start 2, Doughty, Van Heck or Branthwaite. Who do Brighton have? Fulham away. I'd probably bench Van Heck. Fulham are pretty good at home. Convince me why not to captain Saka over Haaland. I don't have that much on it. I think it's pretty close. To be honest. I can't convince you massively. Dubravka, Areola. So play Dubravka. Gabriel, I bench a Stupinan. I'd probably make a defensive transfer. Saka, Foden, De Bruyne, Palmer, Hwang, fine. I'd probably make a defensive transfer. Because you've got a Stupinan and Porro and Taylor. Which is not ideal. Is a -4 worth to get out a Stupinan? If you're going to do the transfer next week anyway, I probably would just do it. Because you'll probably want Saliba or the Bournemouth defender next week anyway. Final team is not necessarily my final team, no. Am I taking the -4? We'll get to my team in a moment. We'll do a little bit more of questions. Foden to Son for a hit. I don't think I'd do that. Dubravka to Neto for a hit. I mean, I'm not really sure I'd do it for a hit because I'm not sure Neto's better than Dubravka this week. Kaminsky or Neto, it depends if you need them in 29. If you don't need them in 29, Neto's better. If you do need them in 29, then Kaminsky because you get an extra fixture. Play Doughty or Senesi. I'd probably play Doughty. Douglas Luiz or Palmer, definitely Palmer. Douglas Luiz's away form does sting a little bit. He's had one attack and return away from home this season. Foden or De Bruyne to Son. I mean, probably, if I had to sell one, I'd probably sell Foden, but we'll do my team in a moment. Areola or Leno. Probably Leno. What I think about Tavernier, he's fine at his price for the next couple of weeks. Fine at his price. I might buy him next week. Is it crazy to want to bench Foden? No. I won't want to watch that game with Foden on the bench, but would I wildcard with 4 injuries? It depends who they are. Probably not. Probably not. I don't love the wildcard. If you've got that many injuries, I'd just do your best just to force a non-free hit 29 and wildcard after is probably what I would do. I don't love the wildcard at the moment. It can be done, but I don't love it. Please don't buy Son. Start Darwin or Gordon. Probably Gordon. So, right. I got to look at my team. You've got 9 players with 2 -4s by game at 29. Worth it, probably. And if you can add an extra Luton next week for the double, then go for it. So, if I do... Sorry, you punted on Tony and for Watkins for the double, which failed. Should I use my transfer to reverse it this week? If you've got nothing else to do, then consider it. But yeah. Wildcard, Odegaard, Kudus, or Bowen Gross. Odegaard and not Kudus. Odegaard and someone cheaper. I mean, if you need them for 29, then a Villa mid, but I probably wouldn't buy Kudus. His data over the past few weeks has not been good. So, we're going to do 2 things. We're going to do the Son route and we're going to do the non-Son route. So, the Son route would be Hwang Hee-chan to Son. Trent to Zabarnyi. And then Foden. Let's say I do Tavernier next week. So both of which have a hit. Both of which have the same number of doublers. But next week I have Son this week, Son next week. And then I just have an issue in 30 to get Salah back. In 30, a really random thing. Okay. I mean, it would take a hit to get Salah back, but it would probably be a hit anyway. Let me get a separate tab up and I can compare both. Or if I roll this week, I do Foden to Tavernier. I do Trent to Zabarnyi. And I still have to sell Hwang unless for some miraculous reason he recovers. And I buy a midfielder. And who would I buy next week? Would next week's be different to this week? Is there any mid that's better next week than they are this week? Who has a bad fixture this week that I'd want next week? There isn't. I'm not buying a United mid. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. So the mid is the same next week or this week. I mean Salah, but I don't really want Salah. I mean, he's got City at home. If Salah somehow was fine, then I could go straight to Salah. And then he'd just be in place. We have no more on Solanke. We have no news as of yet of anything. No early team news yet on anything. Hold Nunes. I probably would. Bowen. And then... So really, the only benefit to waiting to next week is if Salah's back. That's the only thing. You could sell Gordon to a cheaper mid when I go the Salah route. I could, but the fixtures are really good for them. It's just if he gets the yellow cards, then yes. Then in 30, I have him set up. I can just bench Tavernier, play Trippier. It kind of hinges on Salah being back next week. If I think Salah's back for 28, it's basically what it rests on. I roll if I think Salah's going to be back in 28. Areola or Kelleher, I'd play Kelleher if you've got him. Tony to Watkins or roll. I'm not sure I'd do. The thing is with Tony to Watkins, I'd probably wait. I probably wouldn't do it. I'd probably roll and find another route to Watkins next week, which adds a fixture in 29. Because Tony in 29 is almost the best forward away at Burnley. So I wouldn't sell Tony if you're not free hitting 29. If you're free hitting 29, then yeah, do it. But if you're not free hitting 29, then don't. Odegaard or Gordon. If I had the choice, I'd play Odegaard over Gordon this week. I mean, I could just do Odegaard this week, bench Gordon. Maybe that, hang on, maybe that's the route. Hang on. Eureka. Maybe that's the play. Right. Foden to... No, if I rock... Sorry. Hwang to Odegaard this week. Then next week, I can do Trent to Zabarnyi. And if Salah is fit, I can't afford it. Nightmare. Solanke or Palmer bench. I'd definitely start Palmer. I wouldn't want to bench Palmer. Is it okay to wildcard immediately after free at 29? I mean, it's not ideal, but it's not impossible. If we get to a point where there's no doubles in 34, it's actually not that bad a play. Just sell Trippier. I can afford it. No, because I... Hang on. I'd be on a -4 because I'd sell Trent to Zabarnyi. It's just another hit, and I don't want to do that. So I can't afford it. No Gilmore means Gross plays deep. It's true he might do. Pricey, I don't mind that. Ake downgrade to afford it. I can afford it if I don't go Odegaard. Bowen instead of Odegaard. Would I start Lamptey if I had him? Yes, I would start Lamptey if I had him. How long have we got? We've only got 20 minutes. And I just don't know what I'm doing with my team. I've had no news on anything as of yet. If you guys see any news on Twitter, I'd massively appreciate always being tagged in it. But I don't see anything as of yet. Bench one of Bowen or Solanke. Probably Bowen. Instead of Odegaard, what about Martinelli? He has been better, but still those subs and the returns have been very sporadic. Just is Son, but I mean Son is better than Gordon. I could double Arsenal defence. Let me try that. Hang on. But then I'd have to bench someone this week. If I did you to Saliba. I did actually look at this. And oh, it's just an extra hit. It's a hit this week and a hit next week. Let's say I did that to Son. Next week, I'd do Taylor to Senesi. Or Taylor to... I'd have to sell Taylor. And I don't have a route to... I'd have to bench one of them anyway. Or I just don't go Zabarnu. But I think they're useful, so... No, it doesn't work. Right. Start Nunes to Solanke for free, only if we hear that Nunes doesn't start. Would I start Taylor or Van Heck? Probably Van Heck. You've already got 5 players in your team for 29. You can get to 10 out of 11 with 1 minus 4. I would definitely do that. Neto or Bowen to start. Definitely Bowen. Play one of these groups. KDB, Son, Odegaard, Munez, Saka, Son, Bowen, Alvarez. I wouldn't want the Alvarez route. But I would just go Saka over KDB. So Saka, Son, Odegaard, Muniz probably. Minus 4, Darwin and Hwang to Maddison and Solanke. Yes, I would do that. 2 free transfers. De Bruyne, Diaz and Jota for Saka, Son, Bowen. Yes. Yes. You punted on Tony for... Yeah, that's fine. Cool. Would I start Solanke or do Richarlison to Bowen for a hit and bench Solanke? You're not free hitting. I mean, I probably wouldn't do it for a hit. My chip strategy is a free hit 29. Any deadline news updates? No. We've got 17 minutes. Yeah, 17 minutes and no news as of yet. Was there a captaincy poll? There wasn't, but I think most of it's going on Haaland. Let me close the Son poll. 60% are going Son. What's my plan for Trent? Why am I keeping? Because I only need to sell him next week, and I don't lose value when he drops. On a wildcard, no chip at all. Any general advice? Make sure you get... If you're wildcarding this week and you don't have your free hit, I'd probably have triple Spurs, double Villa, probably double Luton, including Kaminsky, because it helps you with the blank as well. I really need to decide what to do with my team. De Bruyne to Bowen or Trippier out to enable Hwang to Son. I wouldn't do De Bruyne to Bowen this week. I would not do De Bruyne to Bowen. There's lots of people claiming team news in the chat, and I'm not seeing it, so I will not read it out until I see it. If you see team news on Twitter, please tag me in it. Oh. Okay. Apparently Darwin doesn't start. Who? Apparently Darwin doesn't start. Back in the matchday squad and on the bench for Liverpool. Apparently Let's Talk FPL says that apparently Let's Talk FPL says Pau Torres doesn't start. Apparently Let's Talk FPL. Yeah, I also saw that tweet saying Solanke has apparently travelled. But I don't know. That's less reliable. But yeah, no Darwin. So if you've got Darwin, I would do the Darwin to Solanke move. I would take the risk on it. -4 for it. I mean, you probably want him for the double. So I'd take the risk. I'd probably take the risk on it. Make my change. I've got 13 minutes, right? Right. Apologies. I need to spend a little bit of time on my team, so I might not be able to do loads more questions. Ignore your Doughty. I play Doughty. I'm going to keep refreshing Twitter just to see if there's anything. Yeah, nothing on Brighton. Any other captain recommended? Yeah, Son and Saka are both good. Both good ones. Start Solanke over Gross now. Yes, I probably would. De Bruyne out, Son in. I don't love it, to be honest. But it could swing massively for you, but I don't think it will. So I don't think I probably would do that. How often do we get deadline news every week? Well, for certain teams we do. For other teams we don't. The stress. Am I rolling? I honestly don't know. Is Son worth... I mean, it's going to be a hit next week anyway. Why Palmer over Gordon on pens and the injuries for Brentford? He is the striker, but Salah might not be back next week. Yeah, apparently Solanke's going to travel. Oh. So apparently Solanke's going to travel. Apparently Darwin doesn't start is what we're seeing. Salah might be forced back though because it's City, but yeah, I know what you mean. Everyone wanting my team. I mean, I will do my transfers when I feel like I'm ready, and I don't feel like I'm ready. How long have we got? Because we got 10 minutes. Right. Okay. The stress is beginning to build. Who would I bench? Just when I can just see that Gordon goal going in. But I can also see the Son goal going in. KDB to Son, I probably won't do. Son might score, yeah, but Alvarez or Ake, I'd probably play the attacker. I'm not doing Gordon to Son. No chance. Think of the pens as well. I just really want to play Gordon. Guy's been so good for me. Play Darwin and Son or Gordon and Watkins. I mean Gordon and Watkins because Darwin's not starting apparently. Son on penalties. It's the 2 fixtures though. It's just the who do I bench. It's just the who do I bench. It's just... It has to be Gordon, doesn't it? It has to be Gordon benched. Oh, I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to bench Gordon. Because it's a hit next week. It's a hit next week. I suppose the only positive thing is if Gordon scores, it's bad for me, but it's not bad for my rank. He's been good, but he's not been like explosive. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it. How long have we got? This is the tweet. So those of you asking about the Solanke tweet, how long have we got? 7 minutes. Okay. This is the Solanke tweet. He replied to my tweet yesterday where I said, apparently Solanke's fine. Saying he can vouch for it. So just add to what I've heard from a trusted friend that he trained today, so personally thinks it's fine. So he vouched for it as well. I'm going to do it. Gordon's not being explosive enough, and Wolves are a pretty good unit. Going to bench Gordon. Trent to Zabanyi, Hwang Hee-chan to Son. Let me just check any final bits of team news while we're here. Let me check. No, don't do it. Yes, do it. No, don't do it. Son will blank. Yes, don't. Do it. Do it. Will Joe Gomez start? We don't know. It's really weird that the only team news we get tends to be the people who are relevant to FPL. It makes me think that these people who leak team news just have the whole team sheet and they just decide to pick and choose who they leak. Maybe that's obvious, but... It also gives me a first bench if something does happen. Chai is captaining him. Right, I'm going to do it. We've got 5 minutes to go to the deadline. Son playing up front against Palace and then away at a high line, Aston Villa. We're going to do it. Confirm transfers. Trent out, Zabani in. Just check I've got the right one. Yep. Bournemouth fixtures. Hwang Hee-chan to Son. 3, 2, 1. Confirm transfers. They're all both on the bench. That's not what we want. Switch. Switch. Save. We're going to go like this. We're going to go like this. We're going to stay like this. Right, Solanke -4. Depends who you're selling. If it's Darwin out, then yes, I would. You're starting Zabani over who? I don't hate it, but I'm going to play Doughty over him. I could bench boost that team. I'm not going to, but I could. Bench Areola or Dubravka. I'd play Dubravka. Right, let's do rapid fire questions. There are 7,000 of you in here. If you could just like and subscribe if you haven't already. And let's rattle through some final questions. Start Ake or Nori. You have Triple City. I'd play Ake. You sure not bench Foden over Gordon? I just think Foden has a great record against United. So I'm going to just roll with this. Bowen or Foden to Son. I'd sell Foden. I definitely keep Bowen now. Does Pau Torres start? Apparently not, but it's rumours. It's rumours. Why not Saka captain? I just see a big Manchester derby. And Saka, if they go 2-3-0 up, could he get a rest? I just don't see it in the other one. Why Dubravka over Areola? Just the potential injuries. It's the home game as well. I'm on Haaland captain. Yes, this is my team. I'm locked in. I'm locked in. Why Doughty over Bournemouth defender? Just them being away. Like, their defensive form has been okay. It's not been great. Doughty has good attacking threat as well. Like, they've not kept many clean sheets, so I'm happy with him for the double. But will Joe Gomez start? Probably, but I don't know the answer to that. Douglas Luiz or Solanke. Solanke. Start Stupinan or Zabani. I'd probably play Zabani. Start Solanke or Luiz. Solanke. Ake or Stupinan. Ake. Udogi start. We don't know. Dubravka or Areola. Dubravka. Stupinan or Doughty. Doughty. Doughty or Cash. Cash. FPL Juice, how are we doing? I hope your streamception is going well. 2 minutes to the deadline. Mets and someone else. If you got gifted a membership, oh no, yeah, Mets. Please say thank you to FPL Juice. If you haven't, oh yeah, well, if you haven't already, of course you haven't. Go and say thank you. Sorry, I'm all over the place with my late transfers. We have 1 minute to go to the deadline. Foden or Solanke, Solanke, Douglas or Gordon, Gordon, start. Gross or Gordon, Gordon, Dubravka or Areola, still Dubravka, Tony or Gordon, Gordon, Douglas Luiz or Gordon, still Gordon, bench one of Tony, Bowen, Foden, I'd bench Foden. That is going to be the deadline by the time you see this. Please go and check your teams. By the time you see this, the deadline will be wrapping up. We made our -4. Gordon owners, congratulations on a guaranteed goal today. But yes, that is going to be the deadline. That will be the deadline. Deadline has passed. Bear with me a moment while I tweet my team. So Huang plus Zabani. Oh no, Huang and Trent to Son plus Zabani. Haaland captain. Saka vice captain. Yes, I know. Right. Post that. Instagram. Share. YouTube. Community. Thank you for the stream. Sorry. 1 sec. I will be 2 moments while I just post this. Oh, I gotta crop it. Gotta crop it. Benching Gordon doesn't feel right, but I can now eat my cake in peace. Right. Snessi on yellow cards. No, he's on 8. He's on 8. He's not on 9. The 9th was in the cup, and the cup doesn't count towards the Premier League suspension. So, Gordon Hattie incoming. Yeah, true. Interesting to see on the Pau Torres and Konza stuff whether they do start or not. That was not a very reliable source that was tweeting it. Let's see what Solanke does tomorrow. Yeah, the Solanke news is positive. You fool, Gordon will punish us for sure. With Richarlison out, will Son start in the middle again? Yes. Why try and avoid? I'm going to go template. Honestly, you can say that I think I knew my transfers at the beginning of the stream, but I really didn't. This is what I put in my video this week, so it is something I've been thinking about. But yeah, it's just not certain on it at all. You bench Solanke. I mean, a lot of us had benching headaches, and I made it worse by making a transfer this week. But yeah. I still got a Newcastle player, right? I still got Trippier, so I still got investment in that game if they do end up doing well. But just felt I didn't need double. Gordon will score 8 goals today. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. What are the odds on Gordon scoring? Player to score. Wow, his odds are really good. Pete Young, I'm really sorry I missed your super chat. If I miss your super chats, I am really sorry. So send me a message and I will help you out during the week to make up for it. Worried about not putting Captain Saka and Alvarez out for Solanke. I mean, Saka and Haaland will both be above 100%. So I'll want Saka to blank on Monday night. Let me reduce slow mode as well because it's now really slow for you. I can eat the rest of my cake. What cake have I got? So Holly has been baking this morning and she brought me a piece of what was warm banana bread. It is now not warm because I've been streaming and I never find time to eat. I always bring snacks on streams and I think I'll bring it. I never find time and no one wants to watch someone eat on stream. Like, no one likes that when you're trying to ask a question and I'm sat here chomping away into the mic. But now, Holly's not home. Holly's not home at the moment. She's gone. I think she's got a hair appointment. Get a plate like the mug. I should do that. What transfers did Holly do? I don't actually know. What is that fork? It's apparently called a cake fork. I didn't know what it was until we got given. It's like watching Bevo. I'm not going to do it. Put myself in hospital. This is what they're really here for. I don't know where everyone's gone. You want it like this? Or you want it like this? Oh, I need to change that because it changes. There we go. Would I ever do a duo stream with Holly? I mean, maybe. I'm not sure she'd do 2 hours. You know the rules. Big up Gordon. Big up Gordon. Big up Son. You know the rules. You need 11 circle Harrys on your starting 11. Today's has been your favourite stream of mine. That's why I added this. I've actually been meaning to do it for ages. And then, how long have Holly and I been dating? We've been dating 7 years. A long time. Boxy, please send me a photo of me on your 80-inch having my cake. Big up 2024. Big up Gordon. You know the rules. I haven't watched it in full, but for anyone who's watched the Sideman Sundays, this was it last week, where it was the Try Not to Laugh challenge. I've just seen the clips of it with some of the people they've had on, and it looks so funny. I need to watch it. Is the green screen? No. So what happens is the green screen is attached sideman. Sorry, showing my age there. The green screen is attached to my chair. So let me show you. So it attaches to my chair, just like this, and then it comes off. So it doesn't have to live up all the time, and then I can just have it down. And then when it's time to stream, it goes on. Harry Pinero is a funny, yeah, he is. Simon and Beta Squad together. Honestly, I love both of them. You see, and then when I go onto my main stream, it's got a green screen. So it's not one of these high-tech ones that you see people with, but yeah, that's where we're at. Got a really good bit of this cake left. It's chocolatey. Could I attach it on me? I could. I got it off Amazon. It was like 20 quid. They're much cheaper than the big ones that come from like the ceiling and all. Yeah, they're expensive, but this was like 20 quid. Would I ever see you do a Norwegian fantasy football? I think it's unlikely. Jinxie has the exact same one. I've never watched him. Again, he's all over my TikTok. House tour. Not today. Apparently, this is the Liverpool. Gomez in midfield. Bradley starts. Bradley, Kanate, Van Dijk, Robbo, and Gomez all start. It might be Bradley on the wing. It might be Bradley on the wing. For anyone who's got him. Interesting. Interesting. Do I watch F1? So, I'm not a massive F1 fan. I watched it. You know when Lewis Hamilton got robbed at the end of that race? I didn't have anything on that day, and I was like, oh, I think I'll watch it. And I watched it. In my first F1 race in a while, I watched it, and then he got robbed, and then I decided not to watch it again. This is good. I like non-FPL questions. He was robbed. Well, as an English F1 fan, I think he was robbed, but I don't know the rules enough. Will I be doing Euros Football Fantasy? Probably not. I might do like shorts and TikToks on it, but I probably won't do like long form videos on it. I don't massively take Euro Fantasy seriously, just because I like to have some football where I'm not thinking about my fantasy team. So I do it as sort of a joke, but it's kind of dead as well. Why is Gordon going to halt? Because I benched him. 7-year relationship is impressive. Yeah, we met at uni. Am I suiting up for the final game week? I feel like it's done now. Like, Ross did it. Andy does it. No. I might have to come up with something else. I'd love to do like a watch along on the final day of the season. The issue is I have season tickets at Chelsea. So I go to Stamford Bridge and they're at home on the final day again. We were at home last year and I was like, oh, next year I'll do it. And now we're at home again this season. So I don't know. How would I line up as Chelsea against Brentford today? Gusto would start, Chilwell would start. I'd probably still go Colwill to Sassy. I'd probably go I mean, I probably would play Enzo, Caicedo, Gallagher, and then I play Palmer, Jackson, Mudryk. Yeah, I mean, we'll be sixth anyway. What did I study at uni? I studied business management. It was quite good. It was all right. Is my camera focused or am I shaking it? So it will focus on like something. So if I put my phone in front of me, it will focus on that. If that makes sense. Focus on that. And then it will refocus. Like, do you guys want watch-alongs? What? An in real life stream at the football on the final day? I just like I watch Sterling play and I'd just rather watch Mudryk play. They're both like not great, but favorite video game of all time. Now that is a top question. There are a few. So like FIFA just goes up there. FIFA is the video game I've played the most hours of in my life. Zero Build or OG Fortnite is probably what I play most of at the moment. So Zero Build, or back in the day when like it first came out. That first 6 months of Fortnite was the best 6 months of a video game I've ever played in my life. I was at uni at the time, in second year, didn't have loads of responsibilities, living with 3 mates when that first came out. It was epic. But like when I was younger, it was Age of Empires and like Age of Mythology. Xbox or PlayStation. I'm always been PlayStation. Football Manager. I've never been a big Football Manager player, but I kind of fancy it. Now I've got more time, I might do it. I've never done League of Legends. I've never been a GTA person. Age of Empires was elite. So it was my brother's birthday the other day, and we're all like Apple people. I bought him like a really cheap like PC that he can get Steam on and play Age of Empires. You can get the OG Age of Empires on Steam, and he's started playing it since January when his birthday was, and he's absolutely loving it. I need to go around and play it at some point. I'm on PS5. I was PS4 for so long, and I just didn't bother to play it, and I was like, the stuff on PS4 was just getting worse and worse because companies just didn't put the effort in anymore. The old PSP games, what a throwback they were. Age of Empires or Age of Mythology game of FPL fans, that would be great. What uni did I go to? I went to Durham. North of England, for anyone who doesn't know it. I've never been a career mode guy. I've always been an online game type of guy. Or like an ultimate team. Yeah. What did I rank in my first season? My first season rank was actually really good. It was like 12k. Let me get my season history. The game's updating. It was like 10k in my first year. How long have I supported Chelsea for? I mean, my whole life. Durham's your hometown. Nice. Oh, Pro Evo. I've never done Pro Evo. Am I from London? I'm not originally from London, but I have lived in London now for 4 years. Since I graduated, I moved to London. 12k first season is crazy. It was the season Josh King went mental. But yeah, that is. Do you know what? My first season, it pains me so much because I finished 11k, but I didn't know about overall rank. All I knew is I'd won the mini league that I was in. And it was John Terry's, as a Chelsea fan, it was John Terry's last game for Chelsea. And I captained him. I brought him in and captained him. And he got 1 point. If I'd have done anything else, that would have been a top 10k finish in my first season. Do I family support Chelsea? So my dad kind of supports Chelsea because of my brother and I now. In theory, he was originally a Middlesbrough fan because that's where he grew up in near Middlesbrough. So my dad is that, but nowadays he sort of supports Chelsea because he goes to watch them with us. My mum's an Aston Villa fan. Yeah. And Holly supports Nottingham Forest. And her family are all from Nottingham, so they're all Forest fans. Apart from her dad, who is United. So I've got a lot. I do like to see Forest and Villa win. I like to see Forest and Villa win. And Middlesbrough, but then the Championship, so I don't really follow them. Here's the full Liverpool team. Yeah, Darwin on the bench. It might be Bradley at right back. It might be Bradley at right wing. We don't know. How's it going leaving my job? What do I think about it? I love it. I'm loving it. I really am. Your whole family in Newcastle. As a Middlesbrough in the family, I can't appreciate that. But no, I love it. I really do. I'm enjoying it a lot. And it just means some things like I hope that some of my content I can put a little bit more time into, which I hope shows. Do I have a Twitch account? So Andy streams on Twitch every so often. I would love to. I really would. I would love to do. I'd love to do streaming on Twitch. I don't have time to consistently do it during the week or at the weekends at the moment. But I would love to. Maybe I should just do it if I've got time. But I have to, it's harder than you think to stream on Twitch. But I would do it. I don't know if you guys would watch it. It would be Fortnite and FIFA, probably. Who is doing better currently between FPL Pickle, Mrs. FPL Mate, Holly? Pickle, Ross's girlfriend, is smashing it. She's like top 10k. She's better than Ross. Not hard, though. Congrats, glad it's working out. Twitch stream Football Manager. I've never been a Football Manager, but if I got into it, I definitely would. But I don't know if people would watch me stream, but I would consider it. I would love to. Do I think about setting up a gaming channel? A gaming channel on YouTube, not really, because I don't have the time to edit it. If I could just turn it on and play and that's why Twitch would maybe be better. I think Twitch is better for gaming. But maybe. That's what I could do in the off season in June and July. Maybe it's something to think about. Cool. That was fun. What's that show in America where they do the show and then afterwards they just chat? It's hosted by that guy from South Africa. I can't remember what it's called. Trevor Noah. I don't know what his show's called. I don't watch it, but I know he does that bit afterwards. Oh, my chat here is broken. Anyway, I might ever think about doing some gaming streaming in sort of the summer and during the week and stuff, but Dean Blunt I've never heard of. No. I'm quite a big, and I have been for a while. I listen to a lot of country music. I listen to so much different stuff. I'm very I don't listen to one genre of music. I listen to songs that I enjoy. It sounds obvious, but The Daily Show. The Daily Show. Okay. Do I play football? I used to. I'd love to. It's hard in London. Because I have to. The thing is, I'll have to play like Saturday mornings, which I can't because I'm streaming, or I'd have to play Sunday as well. But then I've got videos to do. So if I could find someone who plays like at a Tuesday morning, then I might. But you don't give me an impression as an English lad at my first sight until you know your name. Let's guess what position you think I was. All right, Ross. How we doing? We're doing a FPL After Hours or whatever it's called. Luke Combs, big Luke Combs fan. He had a concert in London and I almost bought tickets, but they were like 300 quid and I was like, that's a bit much. I was a winger. You've never seen me run if you think I played on the wing. Centre back, there we go. Nailed it. Ross, we were just talking about you. We were saying that Pickle is a much better FPL manager than you are. How much do I weigh? I'm not answering that. Well, I can answer that. How often do I work out? Apparently I'm being rude. I mean, hang on. Normally I get messages in my chat that you're being rude about me. So did you like my template transfers this week, Ross? What did you do? What transfers did Ross do? Huang to Son. If Charlie Taylor keeps a clean sheet, that'll be it. When are we, Ross and Harry, we're doing a get Misfits boxing. Get on it. Get on it. I don't really know what transfers anyone made. I should box Bevo. Ross, we've been eating. I don't even know if Ross is there anymore. We've been eating on stream, and people then started saying that I should just do Bevo. Big up the Gordon. Big up 2024. You know the rules. What was I going to check? How tall are you? I'm about 6'1". 6'1". Wow, everyone did Huang to Son. No one else has got 4 doublers next week though. Show us your fork. So I'm like, apparently there's such thing as a cake fork. I'm tall. I'm 6 foot, just under 1. I say 6'1", but really 6 foot is about where I am. See, look, Ross is left. He got scared. Doesn't like it. He's quaking in his boots. Eggman versus Cake Man. That is good. Gold plated as well. I wish. I could probably bend it and snap it. Definitely 5'6". I'm lucky if I can find a teaspoon most days. Favourite Chelsea player ever? Probably Hazard. I don't know. I only got bought them. Because Holly likes to make cake. So, there we go. Score prediction for Chelsea today. I saw a thing. We're going to get team news in 1 minute. So we're going to wait for the team news and then we'll wrap up the stream. Do I like music? I do. Favourite Chelsea memory? So, for anyone who doesn't know, during COVID, so here's a story for you all. During COVID, when Chelsea were in the Champions League final, I was very fortunate, along with my brother, to get tickets to the Champions League final. And the day before we were meant to go, my brother tested positive in his pre-flight COVID test. So I went to Porto on my own in the middle of COVID to watch us win the Champions League. I also met Rota Shaw while I was there. This is the after shots of us winning the Champions League in Porto. So that is not only the best Chelsea memory, that is up there. I think it's the best memory of my life. This is them winning it. Was incredible. The Havertz goal was at the other end of the stadium. But yeah. The photos are really blurry. There's Mason Mount hugging the trophy. Was crazy. Here they are again. How do I get tickets? So we have season tickets and we just applied. And then I flew over. I got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, went to the airport, flew there, had like half a day in Porto in the like fan zone and flew home. Holly has you in the doghouse for not saying, don't worry, it's not the first time. Don't worry, I don't have a firstborn yet. Petrovic starts in goal for Chelsea, as I predicted this week. Cole Palmer starts. Mudryk and Sterling are both on the bench. Don't tell me he's playing Chilwell left wing. That better be a back five. Oh no, Chilwell left wing is back. Estupiñán starts. A doggy starts. Right, hang on. Let's get the team news up and then we'll go. It better be a back five. Gross benched and Estupiñán starts. What? It's crazy. Oh, gosh. Newcastle are playing Burn against Neto. Well, Gusto might be wing back. Apparently it's a back five, but Gordon starts. Yeah, it's a rotated Brighton team. They're ready for Europe midweek. It's actually a Brighton almost B team. Not quite. But no Igor, no Gross, no Welbeck, no Adingra, no Ansu Fati. Eze starts. Where's the Wolves team? Where's the Wolves team? I haven't even seen... Oh no, Luton are later. Sarabia, Neto, Bellegarde came in. Okay. It's all right. Well, it's all right. Let's see. Gordon is definitely scoring. Ooh, Bentancur. That's good for Spurs. Bentancur, Maddison, Kulu, Werner basically set up to help Son. I'm glad I bought him. Anyway. Trippier assist, please. Have a great weekend, everyone. I quite enjoyed this. It makes me want to get my, other streaming stuff set up and stream something else. But let me think. But you have to get like a Elgato game card, don't you? Whatever it's called. And they are hell of expensive. £139. do until 2:10. I mean, I've got nothing else to be. Got nowhere else to go. It's Werner week. It's either Chelsea are playing a back five or it's Chilwell at left wing. Both of which, I mean, I prefer the back five. If it's a back five, that puts Cole Palmer up front with Jackson. He's done it. Oh, maybe he's done it to match Brentford. Because Brentford do it as well. Maybe that's what he's done. Do it, you'd be great. All right, well, maybe I'll think about it. You want a live stream of me popping the question? No way, gross. Let's see. What was I going to do? Still haven't finished my cake. As long as it's ever taken me to eat a piece of cake in my life. I ate all the good bit though, all the chocolatey bits, and just. I'm surprised by that Brighton team. Maybe we should have seen it coming with Europe though. Maybe we should have seen it. What flavour is it? It is banana cake. Deadline has passed. We're just chilling. FPL after hours. So here's what this is called. Favourite part of London? I don't really know. I like a lot of it. I think like Soho's really cool. I like going there. I would never want to spend more than about 4 hours there though. Yeah, and Ciso back. United versus Arsenal. When's that? In May. Which game week is that? Because if you're in London for... Oh, it's game week 37. If you're there for game week 38, there's a big meet-up in London on the last day of the season where everyone goes and watches... the games together. And it is really good fun. Trippier has played his wildcard this week. And he owns no Newcastle players. What a vote of confidence. Hazard or Lampard? I mean, I'm 25. I've supported Chelsea all my life, but my love of watching football probably only came when I turned 12 or so. And by then I was kind of past the peak Lampard time. So for me, Hazard, but generally I would say probably Lampard. But Hazard over Lampard. So you have a mate who has lived in Soho for about 10 years. Really? Nice to see you enjoy it. Mate, I love FPL. It's really weird. Like people see me talk about this and they're like, this isn't just you like for work. I'm like, no. Like I spend my whole time thinking about it. I love it. I'm a Chelsea fan. Hazard at his prime, man. So good. Favourite Chelsea manager? Thomas Tuchel. Those Thomas Tuchel days were the happiest I've ever been as a Chelsea fan. Do I believe I could actually win FPL one day? No. I just think it's such an unrealistic goal. It's so impossible to actually win FPL. Best Chelsea chant. Chelsea chants are... My favourite one used to be the Willian one, but we don't sing that anymore. Apart from Willian when we play Fulham. Not Mourinho. I mean, I love Mourinho, but again, like that was good Mourinho. Original Mourinho was I was too young to know it. I was too young to really know it. I went out of the overall cup. I am in the FPL Harry Cup though. Yeah, so I go to Chelsea every week. Cups. FPL Harry League Cup. Oh, I'm still in. I'm still in my own cup. Kevin Gordon is who I'm playing. I'd probably say he's the greatest manager ever, Mourinho. He's up there, but I'm not sure he's top. Well, fancy football. So there is championship fancy football. He's got a pretty nice looking team. He's also benched Gordon this week. So let's see. There is championship fantasy. It's different to FPL though. There's different rules and stuff. What's happening in the championship? Gordon benching. Did Gordon bench himself? That would make me feel good about my... Don't know. I was going to say, is there championship football on at the moment? Leeds, Huddersfield. Leeds have just equalised. Interesting. And Huddersfield have got a red card. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to wrap up the stream there. We've done, I think, 40 minutes of chat. I hope you're all well. I hope you enjoy your weekend. Oh, how did you see my opponent? How do you know who my opponent is? I'm not sharing my screen. How have you looked that up? That's crazy. Anyway, we're going to wrap it up there. Have a lovely day, everyone. Thank you all for sticking around. I hope you've enjoyed it. And yeah, maybe we'll do more of this in the future. Appreciate it all. Thanks. Bye-bye.